Always like when you're playing for Liverpool, or we're looking at Liverpool as pundits and fans mainly, you're always a little bit sceptical, you're always a little bit edgy and a little bit wary.
I suppose that's the kind of issue when you set your standards so high that you are judged. Yeah, expectations always are higher, aren't they? And what we've not spoken about is the absence of Alisson. Obviously, we knew pre-match that was going to be the case. So Georgi Mamardashvili gets his Premier League debut this afternoon, Jace. We've not seen an awful lot of him, but what we have seen suggests there's a lot of quality there.
Yeah, and he has been playing. You know, you look at last season, Quavian Kelleher, for as good as he was, you know, he has to wait his turn, he has to, you know, come in when needed. And sometimes that's really difficult to, you know, just to come in on and off all the time. But he did a really good job. You know, Mamardashvili has been on loan. He's come into the football club. Okay, he's not played much. He played in pre-season. We've seen him a few times. But he's a very capable keeper. You can see him there. He's commanding. He's got really good hands. He's trying to get the ball out quick. And you know, we've not seen a lot at Liverpool to judge him. But the thing is, he has been playing football, so it's not like he's new to, you know, to coming in. He's not like he's played second fiddle all his career. He has been a first choice keeper.
I suppose that the only slight concern is obviously we've seen a few defensive fragilities already this season. Gary, only 2 clean sheets so far against Arsenal and Burnley, but it's circumstances beyond anyone's control, I guess.
I think what you've got to say is he's a class goalkeeper. The one thing you would say that, I mean, Alisson for me is like the best goalkeeper in world football at this moment in time, and I think his performance against Crystal Palace went a long way to prove that. The one thing I would say that he probably doesn't have the same sort of distribution as Alisson Becker, but ultimately what other goalkeeper does, to be quite honest with you. But he's got all like the presence about him. He's a big individual. I think he can command these like penalty areas just as probably maybe better than like the Alisson Becker. If there's one weakness Becker's got, is maybe that physicality when cross balls are coming in from set play. So it might be a plus for Liverpool that defending free kicks and corners.
OK, thank you both. We are going to get the full details of Chelsea's side now and rejoin Ray and Mark down at Stamford Bridge.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to gauge Chelsea at the moment. Last season there were a lot of good things. They of course won the Conference League, they won the Club World Cup in the summer, but in the league they've not managed to be consistent enough. They were second at Christmas but fell away with 7 defeats in their final 21 games to end up finishing 4th in the table. And the start of this season, as Ray touched on earlier, has been indifferent at times. They did win in midweek though in the Champions League against Benfica, and their side today shows 3 changes to that lined up in that game. They start with the regular goalkeeper Robert Sanchez between the sticks. A back 4 today of Marc Cucurella at left back. Malo Gusto continues at right back. At centre back, Benoit Badiashile will be joined by Josh Achimpong, the young centre half who makes his first Premier League start since the opening day. It looks like Reece James will play a little bit further up in central midfield in a holding position alongside Moises Caicedo. That allows Enzo Fernandez to push up. He'll play in the centre. Either side of him, Pedro Neto off one flank, Alejandro Garnacho off the other. João Pedro will lead the line. On the bench for the home side today, Philip Jorgensen and Gaga Slida are the 2 sub-goalkeepers. Jamie Gittins is included, Jarell Hato, the other alternative centre-back. Mark Gay, who has returned from his loan at Sunderland after the injury issues up top. Estevo, the young Brazilian attacker. Romeo Lavia continues his return from injury with a place amongst the subs. And there's also a spot for 17-year-old Landon Emenalo. He's the son of Michael Emenalo, who was the technical director previously here at Stamford Bridge. Well, Ray, let's start at the back. A 5th